It starts with this dude, Brent, and he's in a car with his dad just driving along. All of a sudden, bam! This kid covered in blood runs right out in front of them. They swerve to miss him, save the kid, but they smash into a tree, and this is so messed up. Brent's dad dies. Total disaster. So we jump ahead 6 months, and Brent is just completely wrecked. He's super depressed, blames himself for the crash, and he's even got this razor blade on a necklace that he uses to cut his hand. It's really grim stuff. Anyway, at school, this girl Lola Stone asks him to the prom, but Brent's like, nah, sorry, because he's already going with his girlfriend, Holly. No biggie, right? Wrong. So he goes home, and his mom is still completely freaked out about the accident. She's like, you are not going to prom in Holly's car. She says he has to get a hired car with a professional driver, basically because she thinks Brent's a bad luck charm behind the wheel. He gets super mad and just storms out. He takes his dog and goes to this huge cliff, and you think he's going to jump, but he stops himself and just sits down to listen to some music. But then, get this. His phone rings, it's his mom, and just as he's about to answer, someone sneaks up behind him and knocks him out cold. A guy just throws him in the back of a pickup truck and drives off. Meanwhile, his mom totally knows he went to the cliff, so she goes there looking for him, but he's gone. Then Holly shows up at his house, all ready for prom, and his mom is freaking out, like, where is Brent? Holly has no clue. So his mom calls their neighbor, who happens to be a cop. At first, the cop is like, hey, he probably just ran off again, but then she tells him someone brutally attacked their dog and the poor thing died on the way to the vet. Now the cop's like, okay, this is a big deal. And then, you are not going to believe this, we see that same pickup truck again. The driver pulls over to pick up some roadkill, which is weird. The truck gets to a house, and who's there? Lola Stone and her dad. Surprise! They're the ones who kidnapped him. We see Lola in her room, and her dad brings her this prom dress, and he's just staring at her in this super creepy way. Then boom, Brent wakes up. He's all dressed up in a nice suit, but he's tied to a chair
across from him are Lola and her psycho dad. And there's this other woman there too, totally zoned out with this weird messed up mark on her forehead. Brent tries to make a run for it, but he's tied down good. And get this, the entire house is decorated for prom. It's their own creepy private dance party, all because he turned her down. Seriously. Then Lola does something completely insane. She takes a huge needle full of peroxide and just stabs it right into his throat. So now he can't even scream. And her dad is just snapping pictures of them like it's a real prom date. Even makes them pose with the other lady, who you can tell Lola absolutely hates. So awkward. Then it's dinner time. Lola tries to violently shove food in the other woman's mouth, who is clearly not her mom. She's another prisoner. Then she moves on to Brent and tries to force feed him chicken. He clamps his mouth shut, so she tries to be cute and is like, it's finger-licking good, but he's not having it. So her dad just brings out a hammer. Lola asks Brent a question, and her dad just slams the hammer on the table. So Brent has to nod yes. Then she tells him to lick her finger. And what's he gonna do? The dad is sitting right there with a hammer, so he does it. Totally gross. Then Brent says he has to go to the bathroom, probably just looking for a way out, but Lola hands him a glass and is like, use this. He's trying to stall, so her dad gets right in his face with the hammer and goes, hey, remember your dog? I killed it with this. Then he pulls out a nail and tells Brent he has 10 seconds to pee or he's getting his feet nailed to the floor. The two of them start counting down, so Brent has to do it. But right after, he kicks Lola so hard, she falls over and he makes a break for it. He bolts outside and dives under their pickup truck. The dad hops in the truck, sees him, and just goes crazy, trying to run him over. Brent scrambles up a tree just in time, and the dad crashes right into it. Then Lola runs out, and they both start throwing rocks at him. One hits him square in the head, and boom, he's unconscious again. They just grab him and drag him back inside, and this time, they are not playing. They take 2 big knives and stab them right through his feet into the floorboards, pinning him to the chair. He's definitely not escaping now. Meanwhile, back at the cliff, that cop is searching and finds Brent's phone and earbuds. He gives them to Holly and Brent's mom, who are totally freaking out. Then Lola whips out a scrapbook, and oh my God, it is full of pictures of other guys. This is like her thing. Her crazy dad kidnaps boys for her, she has her little prom night, and then she kills them. This was always going to happen to Brent. Then she points to one picture and spills the beans about this guy, Timmy Valentine. She's like, he's the only one who ever got away.
That kid from the car crash at the beginning, Timmy Valentine, he was running away from Lola. He was one of her old victims. So it wasn't Brent's fault his dad died. It was these psychos all along. And get this, Timmy is the cop's son. So anyway, Brent is this year's scrapbook project. Lola needs her prom queen picture with him, so she takes a knife and starts carving a heart with LS on his chest. It's her signature move. And then, just to be extra evil, they pour salt all over it. He's in absolute agony. Then it's time to crown the prom queen. Of course, they make Brent announce Lola's name. They put a crown on her head, her dad snaps a picture, and now it's time for the first dance. But it's super weird because he's still got knives in his feet, so she just starts dancing with her dad instead and is all like, "You're my real prince." It's so messed up. Then things go from bad to worse. The dad pulls out a power drill. He gives it to Lola, and she drills a hole right in Brent's forehead. It's the same mark the other prisoner woman has. They're about to pour boiling water in the hole that basically scramble his brain and turn him into one of their basement zombies. But just as her dad gets the drill to make the hole bigger, Brent finally breaks free. He had that razor blade from his necklace the whole time and used it to cut himself loose. He grabs the dad, yanks the knives out of his own feet, and kills him. He shoves the dad's body into the basement, and all these messed up people down there just start eating him. It's insane. But then Lola shows up and pushes Brent down there too. She sees her dad is dead and completely loses it. It's pitch black, but Brent finds a flashlight. The second he turns it on, all the basement people attack him, but he somehow manages to fight them all off. And upstairs, Lola just kills the other woman, Britt's eyes. Meanwhile, Holly has a flash of genius. She remembers Brent said Lola asked him to the prom, so she tells the cop and he speeds over to Lola's house. He sees blood everywhere and just kicks in the door. Brent hears him and makes a noise, but just as the cop opens the basement door, Lola ambushes him and knocks him out. Brent grabs the cop's gun and starts shooting at her, but he misses. She gets this crazy look and is like, "I'm going to your house to kill your mom and Holly now." And then she just walks away because she can't drive. So Brent, thinking fast, stacks up all the dead bodies to climb out of the basement. At the same time, Holly is driving to Lola's house and they meet on the road. Lola throws her scrapbook at Holly's car, making her stop, then jumps in and starts attacking her. But here comes Brent. He's flooring it in the cop's car. Holly stumbles out right in front of him, but he swerves, saves her, and smacks Lola with the car. Holly gets in with Brent, totally horrified by how he looks. They look back, and Lola, with her bones all broken, is still crawling toward them. So Brent just throws the car in reverse and bam! Runs her over for good. The movie ends with him, bloodied and battered, finally going home to his mom. What a night!